Okay. Greetings, world. And I come to you today in the spirit of the Most High, coming to you as fair and objective as possible. Wish you all peace, blessings, and thank you for joining me. The reason I'm making this video, as you can see from the title, it's about Janet Jackson calling the cops on her ex-husband about their child. Me being a parent myself who co-parents with my child's mother, not going through half as much of the drama that him and other people are going through, but this offers an opportunity for a fair-minded person like myself and those who think fair-mindedly, rationally, objectively, like I do, for us to relay our thoughts on the feminine principle versus the masculine principle. And what I mean by that is society across the world on the global platform, society tends to feel that a man is almost evil if when things don't work out with the female that he had a previous marriage or a child with, if he doesn't cater to her desires post relationship, post happiness, if we can use that, then he's a scoundrel. What we're gonna do now is look at this information and break it down and try to be as objective as possible. For a little discretion, I grew up. I'm younger than Janet Jackson by a number of years, but I grew up as a child when she was a superstar. So very pretty to me. Was always quick to say, "Hey, that's my crush." Things like that. Remember her as a child actor. You know, but the thing is, times have changed now.
Uh, 911 and the Jackson family don't seem to go together. You know what I mean?
That's true.
The Jackson family, when we think about the Jacksons, we think about we're going to either find out their messy stuff in court or something like that. But random 911 calling the cops? Did you hear about this story? Janet called the cops on her ex-husband. Yes, honey. I mean, yes. This weekend.
Okay, so let me give you all a little background on this. Now, I figure anybody who tapped into this already knows the background of these two, but there's always a chance that somebody is looking at this and has no idea of the history because as I've talking to people, I had this discussion with people in real life, a lot of them, men and female, have said, "What? She was married recently?" And they have a lot of questions. Some of them know about the kid, but they don't know the details. She met this man 5 years ago. Well, probably about 6 or 7 years ago now, at the time of this incident. But she was married to him for 5 years. He's a foreign, I believe, Arab. You all can correct me on that. I'm not saying that I researched it all the way through. This is more of an commentary than history thing, but we know that he's a billionaire and that he's foreign. They got married. I'm sure they were in love. But the criticism that a lot of us had against her during the separation was, I think they got married under his country's laws, and their their law was you had to be married 5 years at least before you could receive anything if you are broke up. Meaning, the first year is you can go a whole 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and you can say, "Look, I'm calling it quits. This man is the worst husband I ever married. It's not going to work out." Okay, but when you break up with him, divorce him, you're not going to get his money. However, by year number 5, you will get half of his money. That's their law. And the timing of it was almost telltale. Is why there's criticism on her. For those that don't know the story, for those that do, bear with me. I'm almost done with this explanation. We'll continue. How can you, 3 months after the fifth year, when you know the fifth year is when you're eligible to receive half of the money, how 3 months into that fifth year you're like, we're separated, I'm filing for divorce? How convenient. How convenient. Now, being a woman who worked at Rallies or Burger King or something, he falls in love with you, marries you. Okay, why not make it come up? I can't all the way argue with you on that because you never had nothing. But this is a lady who's been a millionaire for decades, not just years, but literally maybe 30, 40 years of millionaire status. And even at the time of marrying him, from what we understand, was around 55 million, worth 55 million, we believe. Some people say she was broke, but people have said the Jacksons have been broke for a long time, including Michael Jackson, who they blamed on all his extravagant spending. And we know, we look at it like, man, this dude made a lot of money to be talking about he broke. But anything's possible. So I'm not gonna say, I don't know her bank account, and things online don't always prove correct. So you can look up her net worth before her marriage, and it could say she's broke, and you don't know if it's true. She could say she's rich, you don't know it's true. But we know that his money is true, and we're looking at it like, even if you're not a 55 millionaire, we know that you have been filthy rich for a very long time through your hard work. You deserved it. She was a bona fide star. It wasn't no just Michael Jackson's little sister and she benefited from it. None of that. She was a bona fide star. But how convenient that you divorce him and separate from him right after it became eligible. Meaning that in the person's opinion, you came into that marriage like, let me get this man a child so that I'm guaranteed to get his money. All I got to do is make him be in love with me. Wait 5 years. I got 5 years to spare. And then separate from his ass, divorce him. And shoot, he's going to pay me $500 million. That's a lot of money. Even in 2018, that's an extravagant amount of money. You pretty much saying you earned $500 million for one child in 5 years of your time. That's extravagant. That's a huge amount of money to earn in that 5 year period. You look at the people in music that have reached 500 million. You know, the CEOs of F. She deserves the credit of. If she deserves the respect of, she was in love with him, and how dare I talk down on her and call her conniving. I can't do anything but respect that, because when it all boils down, none of us know what's in her head. We don't know what's in his head. But the optics of it, if we were to be fair and objective and observe, I don't know. They don't. It doesn't seem like she played fair. But anyway, that was the background. Let's continue with this.
welfare check on their son. Well, she was married to this man for 5 years. She left him 3 months after having the baby. Janet allegedly said that the nanny was with Wass and the baby, but was terrified of Wasim's behavior and ran to the bathroom and locked the door and called Janet.
Now, this is a man who is fighting a bitter custody battle against Janet. I don't even think he can win from keeping. I don't think he can keep from giving her the $500 million. I think she's gonna get that automatically. But as we all know, custody is a huge thing because the person who gains custody gains the upper hand on financial support. So there's a chance that along with the money, if he automatically has to give her half of his fortune, there's even an additional amount that he will have to give her in support, which is still bewilders me till this day. I understand them laws were made back in the old biblical days where you take care of your wives, plural. You don't leave them out on the trash heap when you're done with them. You better compensate them. I understand that, but in 2018, if this man gives her half, I don't care if he gives her $500 million. I don't care if she gotta sit there with that baby every single day and look at his face every day, and he turns into Mr. Distant Deadbeat Dad. 500 million. You do not deserve child support, because if your child support ain't already included in your alimony or in your half that you get from the marriage, something ain't right. Somebody lying to somebody. Sorry for the inconvenience, you guys. This is I'm just now getting back. I'm a little rusty. I'm getting back to making videos. This is my first attempt back at sharing my views on things, because I feel like I have a objective, fair view of things, and I want to share it with y'all. This is not me trying to tell you that my way is the only way to think. This is just to share my objective view, allow people to discuss, and please feel free to comment below. You might can show me the errors in my thought process. But anyway, yeah, the reason I pause this though is because, so we just heard her say that the nanny's worried. He's there with the baby. Janet's wherever she's at, chilling. The nanny is there saying, hey, I'm going to have to call Janet because I'm not liking the mood that this man is in. He's with this baby and I'm worried. However, is it me, or does it seem kind of like this nanny is some kind of plant? Some feminine, and I'm not a male chauvinist, but some kind of feminist plant. And plant, I mean somebody who's planted there by Janet to scoop up the dirt on him. There's a chance Janet wants to be in his child life, but she's sure trying to get her career up, and she's never been a mother figure in her 50 years on this earth. Now all of a sudden I'm trying to be the perfect parent. I need custody of that baby. There's no telling if that's true or not. Time will only tell that. But isn't it seem like she possibly is telling this nanny, like, hey, you're my nanny, not his. He thinks you're his nanny, but you're really mine. Anytime you see him in a bad mood, let's get the scoop going. Let me know so we can get him in trouble so I can win custody, because he don't need that money. I need that money. Just a thought. Because there's a chance. Let me be fair. There's always 2 sides or 3 sides, they say, to each story. Your side, my side, the truth. I understand that. And there's always the possibility that this dude is the biggest asshole in the world. Her divorce was good that she got away from him. the child needs to be with her and not him because he'll turn around one day and whoop that child ass. That's all a possibility, but everything is just so conveniently happening in Janet Jackson's favor. That's all I'm saying. Just, pay attention, folks.
Janet wasn't around. She's out here in these streets now.
Right.
Nobody's got time for that baby. I mean, we love them and everything like that, but she's doing a resurgence of her career. We've talked about this before. I'm not cold, I'm just looking at stuff. But she does want full custody. Anyway, stop playing with me. Are the lights dimming? Oh, okay, good. Okay.
What was that? Wait a minute. I'm the first one to say that calm down with all this MK Ultra and mind control and higher powers that be stuff, but we all know her fainting with the Halloween costume. And that light did shine all of a sudden, and she did space out for that quick second. And it looks like she realized something was up, and she almost paused. Uh-oh. Let's keep an eye on this one. I'm weak.
Okay. I was about to say, okay, I will not pass out, but I do believe.
Oh, she knows.
Okay. I do believe the lights are flickering. By the way, you in the middle with the gold robe. Hi. I saw you this morning when I was coming to work. And
Come on with this.
I was like, oh, she looks really fabulous. You were about 3 blocks away.
Come on with the story.
From the studio. And I said, I bet you that's one of my girls. And then there you are. How you doing? Yeah. Anyway, so look, back to Janet. So the cops showed up and they said everything was fine.
Whoa. Wait, come on now. Are you blacking out again? Damn. I'm starting to wonder about that MK Ultra.
I don't know what to believe.
Me neither.
I do believe that enough cop calls and enough nannies being paid enough money that Janet will gain full custody of this child. You call the...
You hear that? You hear that? That's kind of what I was hinting on. You know what I'm saying? A plant. Come on, nannies. He hiring you guys, taking you off the maid service. You're just you're loyal to him because he's the billionaire paying you to be in his house helping him with the baby. But now, unbeknownst to him, you've already been in contact with her, and she been like, "Look, make sure you be the one he hired. If you are, when I get this money from him, I'm gonna kick you down. So you're gonna already get paid good from him while being a nanny, and you just help me get this custody, and I got you. You're gonna love your payday." How convenient. And she's right. Wendy Williams is correct. Let it be enough of those calls to the police and let him really do get caught sniffing his cocaine or whatever he does. Oh man, Janet in there.
Cops enough. He's mean. The nanny gets in line, takes her check for going along with Janet. I don't know. Listen, just what? Just in, like right now?
We're just finding out about this.
Oh, I love live TV. I must tell you. This just in at only 5-ish after the hour. It was reported that Janet was worried that Wasim was using drugs around the baby. That's it. There's no more to it. I mean, I'll follow the story. I can believe all of the above and none of it at the same time. Is Brigitte still pregnant? Yeah.
What?
I'm following Brigitte in that.
Oh, good. I gave it to you live and direct, guys. I hadn't watched it. I seen the title and clicked on it. I tried to click on some other stories about it instead of giving Wendy Williams any props. But She has a following, and she does give you details, whether you like it or not. So I clicked on hers, and that's why we did it. Who knew it would stop like that and go right to Bridget Nielsen? I'm not concerned with her being pregnant. So if I'm lying, I'm dying. And the reason I say that, folks, is because we need to come together and stop scamming each other. For one thing, girl, you ain't out here suffering to have gone through this scam that you've gone through with this man to get this money from him. You, what you need $500 million for at this age? You down to 60, girl. You done had every delight in your life, and you got enough money to settle on as it was. And it just seems like a conniving thing to do. If I'm wrong, I will humbly apologize for my incorrectness, and I will change my thought process on this particular story. But people, we got to be careful who we choose. That goes for all of us, including me. You know, sometimes we got to be Eddie Murphy and Coming to America and kind of hold back on everything that we have to offer, because we have to see if you're going to love me for me. Because when I fart in the middle of the night, or I can't stop snoring, or I eat your pork chop, whatever, I can't have you sitting up there like, oh, well, at least he got money because he farted in year number 1, and so year number 5, I'm finna take his money and then get up out of here. No, I need to know that if my fart bothers you in year number 1, you go ahead and divorce me in year number 1, whether you can get some money or not. Don't wait till you can get paid, especially when you've been paid your whole life. Relax. Shit, you gotta relax, like Nori and them say. Um, Everybody who listen, I appreciate you. God bless you. Peace out to you. Follow me, subscribe,